Hey guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So what we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be looking at Full Void, running specifically on the Super Pocket. This is the standard edition of Full Void. I've also got the special edition which I ran in another video. If you want to have a look at that, I'll leave a link in the description. But this video, I'm specifically looking at how the game Full Void, a native Evercade game, works on the Super Pocket. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so this is the standard edition of Full Void, and it's actually really nice as well. Brilliant. It's the first ever single game cartridge for Evercade. Probably won't be the last. It's certainly a very cool game. I love the style of it. It's probably not for everyone. This is cart number 32. This is from Out the Bit, and it's a very cool game. Very much like Flashback meets Limbo kind of thing, or Another World. Certainly a mixture of all those games. There's the lovely cart. This is the standard cart. The special edition cart is kind of a blue in colour. Inside we have a prologue, probably worth reading before you get started with the game, because it kind of just jumps you straight in there into this dystopian future. I do like the little book that they've actually created here. It's actually quite nice. It gives you a little bit of a backstory before you get started with the actual game and what the actual point is. Also, you've got the Full Void manual, pretty thick considering it's a pretty straightforward game. It's very similar, in fact it's exactly the same as the special edition manual as well. There's lots here, there's some hints and tips how to actually play the game. It is very cool. But anyway, let's jump straight to Full Void on the Super Pocket. Okay, so to get started, obviously you need to press the menu button and go to your Evercade section, and you will see Full Void, which is actually a native game. And I've seen some questions as why Cathedral doesn't work. It's also a native game. That obviously needs some tweaks that will probably get sorted at some point, but Full Void happily does work. Though it does have top and bottom black borders because it's obviously usually full screen. The screen ratio for the Super Pocket isn't ideal, but it certainly does work. Now this is one I would highly recommend you play this with headphones, to be honest. It's got a great atmosphere and it totally sucks you in. I would highly recommend you do that. Now again, as per my previous video, you've got achievements in here as well, which you can unlock throughout the game. There are 11 achievements to try and find. Usually it's by doing certain things in the game or interacting with certain objects. So keep your eyes open. It certainly has replayability value to the game, given that the game itself is probably only about 3 to 4 hours long. There's some settings in here. I'm not really sure you want to mess about with these. I'll probably put the sound effects up, to be honest. They're quite cool. Video. These are just filters, to be honest. Not sure you want to mess about with them. It just adds like scan lines on. Personally, I'll just leave them on. Off, sorry. Interpolation, it's just about what type of you want to see, blocky or auto, linear. Linear kind of adds a kind of smoothing to it. I kind of prefer the auto, but you probably won't tell on this small screen the difference between all of them. It really only is apparent when you're playing on a larger screen TV. Anyway, let's get started with Full Void. And yeah, a rather strange graphic considering we're playing on a Super Pocket, but yeah, it's a VS controller. Personally, I think the sound's actually better on the Super Pocket to the XP, but I still would highly recommend get some headphones. Now, as you can probably tell, there are some borders at the top and bottom. Totally unavoidable, but it's certainly, the game is very playable indeed on the Super Pocket. Sounds fantastic as well. But pretty much throughout the game you are running away constantly from something, whether it be dogs, whether it be robots or whatever. It's a pretty scary and frightening game, and the atmosphere is fantastic. And don't stop, just keep running. So your simple buttons, you've got X to jump, and I think it's B or X, sorry, A to jump and B or X to interact with the environments. That's it, pretty straightforward. Oh, no battery or no electricity. Now, I would say, obviously, the preferred way of playing this is probably on the VS, and probably playing it on a bigger sort of TV or monitor or whatever, and certainly ramping that sound up. But it's certainly very playable on the Super Pocket. There's nothing wrong with that at all. The sound is still fantastic. It's certainly very playable. If this is your only means of playing Evercade games, then it's absolutely acceptable. It's playable. There's nothing that looks too small. There's not a lot of small text or anything in the game. I don't even think there is any text in the game, so that will not be a problem. And yeah, I would highly recommend this game. It is fantastic. Yes, it is pretty short, not ideal at all, but it's a fantastic game. And for me, it's certainly up there as one of the best games on Evercade, even though it is only about 3 to 4 hours long playthrough. But you can play through it again if you want to try and unlock all those achievements. I'll probably do that myself. Certainly you will die quite a lot through the game, but it's never frustrating at times. You usually get a save point that's not that far back from when you died or had some kind of tragic accident, like jumping off something you shouldn't, like this. But there you go, you can get an achievement for doing such a thing. Sneak peek. There are 11 achievements to find in the game. I think I've been lucky if I found 5 or 6 of them at present. So certainly have to keep trying to find out what the heck those are. Certainly one of those games that's kind of frightening. You kind of feel there's something about to jump out at you or something's going to happen. And you're probably about right, because there are things chasing you through the game. So you are always constantly kind of feeling a little bit frightened, maybe terrified, on your tiptoes. I love the design of this, it's absolutely fantastic. You certainly get vibes of Stranger Things through the game, Terminator maybe, Another World, lots of different genres. Wow, terrific game, absolutely fantastic. Anyway guys, I'm just having a quick look at this game. You want a sort of more in-depth view, have a look at my special edition review, and I'll leave that link in the description. Anyway guys, that's our brief look at Full Void running on the Super Pocket. It runs absolutely fine, no big issues at all. I would highly recommend it if you have a Super Pocket and that is your only means of playing Evercade carts. It is very playable, it's a fantastic game. Yeah, it's only one game and it is very, very short, but I would still recommend adding this to your collection. It's certainly a game you would thoroughly enjoy, and for me, probably one of the best games you'll play on Evercade, that's for sure. I just wish it was a little bit longer. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. We'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.